Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the building. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine.
Miss Wallace is in the building. I just traded her my dirty copy of the Notorious soundtrack for her clean copy. I mean, I gave her my clean and you gave me your dirty. It's hard for you to listen to the dirty, yes?
Oh, I can't do dirty anymore.
Really? Was there a point that you could?
No. Never.
So when Biggie would come home with a demo, and it was as dirty as it could ever want to be.
Never listened. I never listened to my son's music.
Really?
He told me not to anyway.
It's not for you.
And after his death, I just felt I had to listen to it because I want to know. I want to know dirty.
Right. You want to know it all.
Yeah. So I listened.
Well, congratulations to you guys for being able to pull this whole thing off.
Thank you.
The movie,
thank you.
the soundtrack.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, a couple of years ago it was a nice idea.
Just an idea. Just an idea.
And you actually did it, and it's actually, people are talking really good about it. It's actually getting good reviews, and how do you feel?
Thank goodness for that. It makes me feel good because when I first started, I asked myself, is this something you wanted to do? You know, I knew for a fact I was gonna find out something during research, something that I know I'm not gonna feel good about. You know, I know he had a filthy mouth, and so that I expected, but I never expect to find out the things that I found out. You know, and it hurts.
Was this stuff that was put in the movie?
It wasn't put in the movie, it was the movie. You know, after, you know, talking to his friends, getting the script together, because I never read the script on his part. I read my part.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Why?
I just didn't want to know. And then, you know, when I'm glimpsing through, I'm seeing the profanity and all.
Right.
So
it's hard for you to stomach.
Yeah, and I told Wayne, excuse me, Wayne, one of the producers.
Wayne is here too. Wayne.
What's up? Hey, Ann.
You know, I told him, I said, I'm going to read my part, and I'm going to leave the other part.
Her part, which was played by Angela Bassett.
Yes.
Not bad.
And,
not bad, Miss Wallace.
Thank you.
Not bad.
So when there were things about me, and I said, no, I never did that. You know, I don't remember doing that. I know I'm not going senile or something. But I will not have that. And this is what I know I would say.
So who was responsible then for, because I would imagine everybody has a different perspective of who Biggie was, everybody has a different experience. I mean, you have you're his mom, but then there are probably, like you said, there are things you didn't know, friends, and how do you trust then for the story to be as,
you know what?
You know what I mean?
It boils down
authentic.
to I had to trust them. You know, it boils down to George, the director, of course. He did his research because this was a project that, you know, he was going to put, you know, his life on.
Right.
So he did some research too.
Well, one of the things.
And you guys too, right?
Yeah, one of the things that I made sure happened was that we got with everybody that was around at that time that we felt were really, really close to Christopher, from Damien to Kim to you know, all the Junior Mafia, Puff. It just
You
put
did
us in,
talk to Kim, because I guess
Yeah, no, we talked
Kim
to
has
Kim.
been upset that she wasn't heard.
Yes,
her voice wasn't heard.
And it was more of, you know, the legalities behind what was in the agreement and stuff like that there. I mean, at the end of the day, I love Kim to death, and, you know, she feels what she feels, but we tried to be as genuinely open as possible with everybody. We got life rights from everybody, so we went the right channels and did what needed to be done from a producerial standpoint. And at the end of the day, that's why we were able to deliver the film the way that we did. So when you talk about authenticity, it's not from Miss Wallace's perspective as a mother alone. It's from those that love this man. And at the end of the day, this movie is about Christopher, period. You know what I'm saying?
It's not anybody else's story.
It's not anybody else's story. If you want to do your story, go do your story. You know what I'm saying? The support is always going to be there, but at the end of the day, this one opens the floodgates. So now go do your thing.
Right. That's gonna be a tough thing though, because you know Biggie's legacy and everybody who's part of his life feels it's like they feel part of his. So I could understand how every party. I was just reading something today, even about Charlie saying that.
Right.
You know, I guess everybody has their perspective.
But you know what?
Of
We started off with 160 something characters, and you know,
Right, you
in
have to
film
narrow it
we had to
down.
narrow that down to a story that makes sense. Exactly.
7-hour movie. From everybody's
we couldn't do
perspective.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Who
But
plays Mr. C in the movie?
what's the brother's name? I think the brother's
Some
name
Freeman?
is Edwin. Edwin Freeman, I believe his
Mr.
name
C,
is.
how did you feel about how you were portrayed in the movie?
I mean, you know, I think what Wayne said earlier is right. I mean, he would call me like 3, 4, 5 different times. You'll see, man. How was it in the studio when y'all was in the basement? How was it in Brooklyn? Like, I had to get to the point like, Wayne, stop calling me. This is how it was. Go and do the scene, and that's it. So,
And action.
and action. So it was, you know, when I saw it last week, it was the way everything, what came out of my mouth, and I was telling you, Ange, earlier off the mic, there's a line that I say in the movie that's kind of like the signature line of
You want
the
to say
whole
it now?
film.
What is the line?
I know mother who know mother. That's like the premier
Oh,
line
that's
in the
hot.
movie.
Oh, I'm running with
because
that.
that's kind of what really happened
I'm
when
running
we was
with
when
that.
we was going through the basement
Sorry,
demo.
Ms. Wallace. I might run with the dirty version. I apologize.
When me and 50 Grand was in the basement with Big, and Big was like, I hope you don't promise me no dreams or whatever. That's what I really told him. I
Don't
know
tell me-
mother effers who know mother effers. And that's
hot.
like kind of one of the highlight lines in the film.
All right, so the movie, so Notorious is in theaters on Friday. The soundtrack is out today. And on the soundtrack, we have your grandson,
Yes.
Biggie's son, who was 4 months old
4.5 months old.
when Biggie passed.
Yeah.
What must it be like for him to carry that? His father's. Do you ever have talks with him? Do you ever have those conversations?
You know, I wanted him to play the part. I suggested, I said, you know something? It would be so nice if CJ would play 10-year-old Christopher. And then, they all jumped at the chance. But what I heard was when he went to audition, no one knew that he was Biggie's son.
Oh, he just went in as a regular
He went
casting call?
Regular
That's it.
casting call.
And he just nailed the part down. And it was
Really?
after he got the part, they found out, hey, really? I was really thrilled about that because
Really?
I wanted Angela Bassett to play me and I wanted little CJ to play Christopher. All the other actors I was going through, and if they said this, okay. Jamal, yes, Jamal.
You were all for that.
I didn't want to hear anything else. Oh, I'm sorry. This guy is gonna play my son.
You knew it from the gate, right? I read
Yes.
that you
Yes,
saw him
I
and was
did.
like, you got chills or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but that was after like 150 people. So let's not get it twisted. It was after like 150 people. My man worked for that part.
That process had to be,
Yeah.
woo.
He worked for
Because
that.
I remember even when I heard that there was gonna be a movie thinking,
Who's gonna play?
how are you gonna pull that off?
Yeah.
You gotta have a little swag, you gotta be able to rap, you gotta be
Right.
able, you know what I mean?
And it couldn't be somebody known. We needed to get somebody unknown
Unknown.
because you didn't want to get people taken out the theater and out of the movie of Christopher Wallace because they're concentrating on who that individual
Who that person
is
was,
and
right.
their baggage. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. So you're in a lot more theaters than I thought. You're in a lot of theaters,
So, yeah,
right?
we definitely we're on 2,000 plus screens. You know what I'm saying? We're doing real good. I think that's based on the groundswell of support from the fans and just the critics in terms of the reviews. It's like this is not.
Yeah, like Variety gave it a good,
Variety gave it a good, Hollywood
Times.
Reporter. It's like we getting some very, very like positive feedback, and that in itself is the thing that we need because it's not an urban film. It's just a good film.
Good morning.
Yes, it's just a good movie.
Mansion,